is Matt. I am your host. Today we are here for part 2 of this season's finale. I'm joined by my brother-in-law, Sean. If you didn't hear the first part of the finale, you can check it out in the Season 2 playlist. We talked about a magical fun land here in our neck of the woods in Lehigh Valley known as Q-Mart. It is a farmer's market in Quakertown. And if any of you are local and know what Quakertown is or where Quakertown is, I'm sure you could imagine what a blasty blast Q-Mart is. We talked about Q-Mart and everything you can find there. Really, what can't you find there? And our adventures going to Q-Mart Wrestling, which was a yearly endeavor that we took part in. And it was a good episode. You can go check it out along with the rest of the episodes in the Season 2 playlist. But today we're here for part 2. But before we jump into the episode, as always, we are drinking a different type of coffee today. We're doing this episode on a different day than the one we recorded the first episode, because it was very late, and I'm sure those of you who are listening, you may have heard me start slurring my speech. It was very late. I'd been up for about 24 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was late.
We didn't realize how late it was, and then I was like half asleep.
We were like, whoa, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
So we're here for part 2 on a different day. I am currently chock full of nuts. I'm drinking some chock full of nuts original blend that I made myself. And Sean's just having some decaf.
Don't tell everybody.
He's committing a sin.
I'm sinning. I'm breaking one of the coffee commandments.
Oh, I break that one occasionally.
I think this is my first time ever having decaf.
It's the first time for everything, and I'm glad that it's on my podcast.
Well, like on purpose at least. I don't know.
Unless you were like mistakenly served it at a diner because they didn't feel like making normal coffee or something.
Yeah, because, the riffraff that works at those places.
But it's funny.
Do you mind if I go take a cigarette break?
Yeah. It's a great segue, because today the topic now, when we go on these Q-Mart wrestling adventures once a month, it would end around 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., and there was always afterwards a diner run to 24-hour diners that are in the area. Or if we wanted to hit a diner that wasn't 24 hours, we'd go before the Q-Mart wrestling, get fueled up and get all fired up and ready to go, heckle some wrestlers. But today we have compiled lists of, I guess it's 8 diners in the area, and then there was one that was an honorable mention because it's not in the area. It was from the Q-Mart World Tour. Q-Mart Wrestling World Tour, when we followed them to Pottstown. But we have our top 8 diners of the in the area, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to have some shockers. We're going to have some discussion on
the shocker?
The shock master.
Oh, God.
We're going to have some discussion. I'm sure there's going to be some, wait, why'd you put that there? And some, oh, really?
All right. Talking about the shocker, and wait, why'd you put that there? Dear Lord, Matt.
This is a Christian podcast. How dare you?
But before we jump into our diner rankings, I just want to give a shout out to Neck Deep. I know that they're never going to hear this, but I've actually been jamming their newest album recently, and it is really good, really solid. Production's great, the songwriting's great. It's just, their last album was, they bamboozled us. They bamboozled me. The singles were really good, and they were very Neck Deep sounding, pop punky, and then the rest of the songs were just like pop songs, like just not...
Like pop rock or
even? It's just like generic radio pop rock. Yeah, like generic garbage. I don't want to say it was garbage, but it was just, it wasn't great. It wasn't Neck Deep, but this album is very cohesive all the way through, very good songwriting. It's just from front to back, it's a banger. So just, if you haven't listened to it yet, and if you're into pop punk or any type of things like that, go check out Neck Deep.
From front to back, banger.
Oh,
it's a banger.
Just lots of innuendos.
Damn it!
But no, we're gonna jump into it right now. So sometimes preceding, but usually following the Q-Mart wrestling adventures, we would hit a diner for some late night eats to get fueled up and usually eat something and have some sort of dessert. Some diners' desserts were better than others. Some diners' coffees were better than others, and some diners' foods were much, much better than others. But the way I ranked my list is I looked at my favorite diners of all time. Like, I looked at food, I looked at the price, I looked at the service, and then any like memories, I guess, that I've had at these places. That's kind of how I ranked mine.
So we're ranking by sentimental value as well? Huh.
I would...
It's kind of lame, but okay.
Well, you'll see when we get there. I'm not saying
I know.
Sappy memories.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
You're talking about, like, ordering chocolate milk and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yes. We'll get to that.
That's way down on my list.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
way too pricey.
Why don't we go worst to best?
All right, sounds good.
Because then there'll be some more suspense. There'll be some more build-up. All right, so I guess the honorable mention, I'm just going to throw that out there because it's not on the list.
Makes sense.
When we went on the Q-Mart Wrestling World Tour, we went to a diner called Pots and Pen Family Diner. There was it looked like Guy Fieri owned it. There were flames all over it.
Guy Fieri. Say it
Fieri.
right. You're Italian, dude. Like, say it the right way.
Sorry, we're going to Flavortown.
That's not...
Massachusetts.
It's not...
Okay. Anyways.
Okay. That was a really bad impression.
Yeah. We went to Pots and Pen Family Diner. It was pretty good. For a one-off.
Not bad. Flames on the windows. That was super cool.
Pottstown was pretty interesting.
Like the downtown seemed cool, but you had to be a resident to park or something like that.
Yeah, you needed a permit to park.
Yeah, it was stupid. There was so much parking, but
there were a couple of pawn shops we wanted to go to.
Yeah, but you couldn't park anywhere.
Yeah.
Where do you park?
I don't know.
Anybody from Pottstown, if you're listening,
please let me know.
I just felt like doing a Matt right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's the honorable mention, I think.
Pottstown, please sponsor me.
Pots and Pen Family Diner, please sponsor me. No, but I think that would be the honorable mention because we went there once. It's it was down in the area.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I got, but it was okay.
I got a wrap of some sort. I guarantee.
Probably, yeah.
That's usually my go-to at these diners. Is usually a wrap.
Maybe I got a wrap too. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. But jumping in, so my 8th ranked diner is Top Diner.
That's mine too. That's awesome.
Okay, so let's go into just a brief. So Top Diner.
That last time we went there, good lord. Well, it's not Top anymore.
Even the time I went before that was awful.
Any time that I can remember, it's always been kind of.
See, it had a nostalgic value for me because growing up, my mom would take us there to breakfast sometimes, and the breakfast was always good, and I never really... when you're a kid, you don't really notice things.
And it's a diner, so they should have breakfast on lock,
Yeah. But as you get older and, living in the Northeast, you become a diner snob as you go and have late nights with your friends and you drink coffee till 3 a.m. and you try many different items on the menu. You experience many different types of diners. And, Top Diner, the service has just gotten
non-existent?
Worse. Yeah.
Non-existent.
Was that the time we were waiting for the check and the lady never brought it? The last time
we were waiting on everything and she never brought it.
Yeah,
and of course we had to go to wrestling that night.
Yep. So it's not like we had time to just sit and mess around.
Yeah.
And then
it's ridiculous.
Even the time before that I went with a friend and I don't know. The girl was so it was under new management at this point, and they remodeled the diner and
renamed it.
Yeah, renamed it and everything. And the girl was trying to sell me on some sort of I was really hungry for a burger, and she was trying to
what, Matt?
A burger. She was trying to sell me on a burger, and I ended up getting this barbecue bacon cheeseburger. It looked good on the menu, and when she brought it out, it was cheap roll, cheap. I know most rolls, unless it's brioche potato, it's white bread, but this was really cheap white bread roll, and the barbecue sauce was there's way too much on it. It's real
diner
saucy.
Barbecue sauce is the worst.
It was just not a pleasant experience. And then I remember a couple months later, Sean and I went on the way to wrestling, good wrestling, and it was just.
Was it good?
Yeah,
it was
a good
really
night.
good. That was great.
But it was just not a good experience overall. Like, I think I even wanted to get dessert, and then like the waitress just like forgot about our table.
Yeah,
and
there was no time then.
Yeah, and even like to get the check, like we were like, do we just leave? Like,
I mean, even Killian was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. when
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was
when a 6-year-old is like, what? Like, what's up with this service?
Yeah, that's when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
All right, moving on up.
Well, he's not a normal 6-year-old, but
yeah, but just like
he's an old soul.
As I said, like for me being a young kid, I didn't notice service and things like that. But for someone that age to be like, what's going on? Like this is shitty.
Yeah, I don't remember being like that. I mean, later than 6, I guess.
I do remember going there
I
once.
was like super hungry,
Yeah.
and like it just felt like forever when I was a kid. Like to get food at any restaurant.
Yeah,
it was just like, okay, like can I get my food?
I do remember going to Top one time though with you and Amanda and Bittner. When you guys,
Whoa.
Yeah, you guys were home. You guys came home for like Christmas or something. I think, or maybe it was like over the summer before you went to Africa. Before you got deployed to Africa, we were hanging out with like Trevor and the three. You and Amanda and Bittner and I were like, oh, let's drive over to Top and get grilled cheese sandwiches with bacon in them. Because I'd never had that as a kid, and you guys were like, "What?"
Dude, my memory is so terrible.
We went
I'm sorry.
We went over there, and we all got grilled cheese with bacon.
Damn.
So yeah,
Did it change your life?
It was It
was a game changer, right?
very much so.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I introduced Killian to that, and
Really?
yeah, he loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was probably one of the only fond memories I had of Top Diner. I went there after my messy breakup, or the night before the messy breakup. I ate the Hungry Kid Hero.
Oh god.
Total stoner meal. It was a cheesesteak with mozzarella sticks and chicken fingers and on it.
And for someone that's never even tried
Yeah.
the devil's lettuce.
I've never smoked, never plan on smoking. I've never drank. I was just going through a really shitty time, and I was very hungry because I hadn't eaten since 9 in the morning. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, YOLO. You only live once. And I ate.
Is that what YOLO means?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And then I ate the Hungry Kid Hero. But yeah,
God.
the only fond memory I had of Top was that time with you and Amanda and Bittner. But either way, so Top Diner, number 8.
I liked when it was shittier, actually.
When it
like,
was shittier.
before it was remodeled, because
Yeah.
it was just like so grimy looking in there. I think everything was like green, if I remember correctly. And
Yeah.
I mean, back then we could still smoke in there when I was a smoker.
There was also that time that you and Jack and I went after I got the BMW late night, and we all got breakfast.
Yeah.
I got the stuffed French toast.
Yeah, that's
and you
right.
got you guys both got breakfast of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, that's the safest bet for any diner, even a shitty diner.
Yeah. I think most people.
That was that night where we saw that one.
The guy that looked like the villain from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so that's another good memory.
That was a fun night.
That could be a good story for an episode. Telling that.
I think that's pretty much the whole story.
Well, no, because then there's the adult bookstore half of it.
Oh dear God, yeah.
But
that was the same night.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was snowing. Yeah, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
It was a doozy, but
it's amazing the things you get into when you don't have to worry about going to work.
Yeah, exactly. So number 8, Top Diner. Number 7. You want to give me your number 7 since I gave mine?
Sure. I said Nazareth.
Yo, so did I. No way.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
Overpriced.
Way
overpriced. It's like double there.
And see, the thing is the food tastes great and it looks great.
It's all right.
My beef is that yes, it's overpriced, but they don't give you your side with the meal. Like normally when you go to a diner, it'll be like
right. You have to pay separate for
it'll be like
everything.
$7.99 for a wrap and fries and pickles. Here it's like $9.99 for the wrap, $3.99 for the fries.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. Like I've never been to a diner that's like what do they call it, a la carte or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, and normally, like, I don't want to say stereotype, but the idea, I guess, the concept of a diner is you can buy a lot of food for a little amount of money.
Cheap. Yeah. Sometimes I've, like, ordered a crap ton of food with a bunch of people, and then, like, I'm like, oh, man, this check is going to suck. And then you're like, whoa, what, $27?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm stuffed.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
And we had dessert.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with Nazareth Diner is, like, you know, Sean and I went there maybe once after Q-Mart wrestling, and we went there like once another time.
Yeah.
And I
was like, why, Matt? Why are we going back?
I don't remember.
I think
why.
that was the night with the chocolate milk, wasn't it?
That was, yeah. Do you want to tell the chocolate milk story, or should I tell?
No, you got it because you were looking at it.
Okay.
It was just behind me.
Okay, so at Nazareth Diner, you know, it's like any diner. They have a section with booths, like full-size booths. They have tables, but then they have this section that they seated us in this night where they have, it's like a booth, but the booth is only wide enough for one person. It's like single-seat booth. And so they sat Sean and I across from each other. And then, you know, I think we ordered our drinks and our food was coming out. And we were in a particularly silly mood this night. We were,
I mean,
it was pretty late.
Are we ever not?
Well, this night it was amplified. It was multiplied this night because it was later, and we were out on an adventure as we used to do, and so we sat down, we got our drinks. You know, we were giggling and goofing around, and there was like a family next to us that was like, we could tell they were like laughing at us because we were being so silly.
They were probably like, "Oh, those guys are probably stoned or drunk," and it's like, "Oh no, we're straight edge.
We're just silly because we're silly all the time.
We're just stupid."
Yeah. But then this couple comes in. Very interesting looking couple. They get seated on
riff-raff.
The
Trash.
booth behind.
White trash.
They get seated on the booth behind Sean, back to back with Sean. And it's the same thing, a single seat booth. You can fit one person in the seat. And it was a very hefty woman. She wasn't morbidly obese, but she was heftier.
Was she?
She was larger.
See, I don't even remember
and
that.
The dude was like a skinny little, like...
I do remember that.
Wearing like a wife beater kind of guy. Like sweatpants, wife beater.
Did he have like a fitted on or something like that?
Yeah,
right?
Skinny twig.
Yeah.
Just think, he was like a typical Kyle, you know, there with his hefty girlfriend. I'm not judging her weight. I'm just trying to paint the picture for y'all. Don't want anyone to get offended.
We're not body shaming.
Yeah, no, we're just painting the scene. We're depicting the scene for you. So he shows up with his girlfriend, and they sit down, and keep in mind, it's probably like 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night, and the waitress comes over, and she says, "What would you like to drink?" And the girl is like, "Oh, I'll have a Coke or a water," or whatever she wanted. And the guy goes, "Oh, I'll have a chocolate milk."
Is that how he said it?
I think he was like, "Oh, it was chocolate milk." It was like something like that. I don't remember.
Is it awkward?
But I just remember after he said chocolate milk, Sean... his eyes got real big, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
why?
How old are you? Like,
wait, are you 5?
And so like the thing is like, I guess sometimes it would be okay to get chocolate milk if you're getting like breakfast, maybe. But this dude, I'm pretty sure he got like dinner, like he got like some sort of like sandwich or chicken fingers or something, and we were just like, what? But then the icing on the cake says, you know, Mr. Kyle orders his chocolate milk, and then after the waitress walks away, he goes over to his lady friend on, you know, across from him in the single seat booth, and he starts like scrunching in and cuddling with her on this tiny little booth seat, and they start like making out and kissing each other and stuff, and it was a disgusting sight to see. But yeah, that's the biggest, I think, Nazareth Diner memory that I have. I've only been there twice, maybe 3 times, and it's overpriced. It's, as Sean said, a la carte. The food is good, but it's just not worth going out of my way to go to when there's better options in the area.
No way.
Especially like right in that area, there's much better options that we'll get to later.
I mean, you could drive down the street and go to 248.
So number 7, Nazareth Diner. Number 6, I'm going to go first. I listed number 6, John's Plain and Fancy.
Damn, dude, really?
I can't believe we're on the same page right now.
I thought you were going to rank them higher.
Well, No, because
You've changed your mind.
When you look at the competition that they're up against,
Well, that's the thing.
it's hard for them to rank higher.
Wow.
When I had such a limited...
Well, I mean, we've had so many like awkward or shitty experiences there too.
I think the biggest thing for
it's
me...
like half and half, I'd say.
Yeah, so like I always liked the food there. I've never had a bad experience with food there.
Yeah.
Have you?
I think that night that we had the smoker lady...
Do you want to tell that story?
Whatever that chicken sandwich thing I got was, it was kind of like meh. But I'm like a chicken snob because I can grill it like a beast, you know what I mean?
You know what? I did have a pretty...
It was so dry.
I got a chicken sandwich there the one time, and it came on a ciabatta roll.
Yeah.
But the roll was like this big, and I'm doing this... It's probably... What did you say? It's almost a foot?
Yeah, probably a foot long.
Yeah, it was a huge piece of bread and a thin piece of chicken, and it was just all bread, and it was really dry. It was probably the worst thing I ever had there, though.
It's disgusting.
The wraps are good.
Hey, can you give me like a whole jug of sauce, please? Yeah. Like, dear Lord.
And then you'll end up with the top diner barbecue burger.
Ugh.
But yeah,
that sounds gross.
The food is okay. The coffee is okay. The desserts, depending on what you get, are okay. It's just a pretty average diner all around.
They're
like
kind of boring. They're not really special.
Except for the half and half cookie.
That was really good.
They have the black and white cookies, delicious. And the cookie, it doesn't even taste like a cookie. It almost has like donut consistency.
It's good.
But
it's all right.
It's a very average diner. You know, I think for me, it's more nostalgic because that's when we went to Q-Mart Wrestling. That was probably like half of the time that's where we went.
See, I feel like before me and Amanda moved down to North Carolina, like, or Georgia first and then North Carolina, like, John's Plain and Fancy was pretty dope. Mm-hmm. Like, we'd go there for breakfast sometimes, like, out of nowhere. And, yeah. But then we came back, and it was kind of like, oh, man, yeah, let's go to John's Plain and Fancy. Oh, no, it's just John's Plain and Plain now. Like, boring.
I think, so there's two memories that stick in my mind with John's Plain and Fancy. Obviously, you know, we went there many a times after Q-Mart Wrestling. There was also the... or no, that was a different night. You and Jack and I went to John's Plain and Fancy the one night. We sat there till probably like 3 a.m.
And we were messing with the creamers, and he was putting them on the light or something like that.
Yeah, the way they have their light fixtures, it's like this flat piece of glass with the light bulb in it, and Jack was
so
like
good.
Putting the creamers on it. Yeah,
they're pretty cool lights.
Yeah,
I dig them.
And I mean, like we were like the only people in the restaurant. It was like around Christmas time. We're literally just sitting there drinking coffee till 2:30, 3 a.m, and they were like, "Are you guys good?" And we were like, "Yeah, we're just hanging out. Like, there's no one else here."
Yeah, and they didn't care.
Yeah, but then the other
a good diner should, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
As long
I
as
don't care.
As long as you're not taking a table like during peak business hours.
And they have like a million tables regardless. Yeah. Does that place even get packed? Like,
they're busy sometimes when I drive by on Saturday mornings.
See, I could see like a Saturday morning or Sunday morning or something, but
yeah, when we'd go, never busy. And then the other memory I have, do you want to tell this one with the waitress we had? This was one of the last few times we went.
I mean, like, what's there to say, really?
Well,
like,
that was the time we finished our food.
She was very unprofessional.
Yeah. It was like an older woman.
Yeah, and she had like this tight curly hair, and she's super short, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just very depressed looking. She looked very down.
They seated us kind of like on the other side of the restaurant.
Yeah, it was really weird. It felt really dark over there. Like, there were no lights or something. Like, it was just so weird. And like, what? It was even before we ordered, wasn't it? That she was like, "Do you guys mind if I have a smoke break?" And we were like, "Why'd you even come over?" Like, I don't. If you're just gonna, or was it in between dinner and yeah?
Because I remember she brought the check, and we were like, "Oh, can we get dessert?"
Yeah, she was like trying to rush us out of there. I feel like we were like, "Yo, like, hold up,
can I have a smoke break?"
Yeah, she was acting like she was like swamped, you know, like she was running around all night like crazy, and I'm like,
there's like 2 tables.
There's like 2 other people in here,
and that was also the night I think we had the red velvet cake that didn't have cream cheese icing on it.
That was so terrible.
Now
way too sweet.
Yeah, red velvet cake. If you're a sane human, needs to have cream cheese icing on it.
Yeah.
This had like buttercream icing or something that was
It was just overly sweet. Yeah, there was it was just wrong.
So we waited for her to get back.
And that just makes it so dry, I feel like, too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's very dry.
And we waited for her to come back from her smoke break just to have mediocre, wrong red velvet cake.
Yeah. It was very disappointing. And she smelled so bad then.
Yep.
Like sometimes, people go for a cigarette and like, they come back and you're like, maybe you smoked.
Yeah.
But she was like,
no.
"Oh my god!" Like
she rolled in the ashtray.
Yeah, like did you blow it down your shirt or something? Like what the hell? Yeah, it was weird. Maybe that's her kink,
Oh.
I blew smoke on my nipples.
Oh God.
Do you like that, big boy?
We could go ask her. John's Plain and Fancy. Don't sponsor me.
Don't ever, please.
All right. So
their coffee's okay.
Yeah, that's all
right.
There are some diners where the coffee is just absolute dog shit. In this place, we'd sit and drink like 2 carafes of it and it'd be fine.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So number 6, John's Plain and Fancy. Number 5, give me your number 5. This is where I think we're gonna start deviating off from the top 5.
We'll see.
I think we're gonna start breaking off.
I don't know. We might have the same one.
I doubt it.
Hellertown.
Nope.
Damn. What do you have?
East Penn.
No. Yep. See, all right. You know what? They're actually next on my list. We're just gonna do a 2 for right now.
Really? Because Hellertown's next on my list.
See, all right. See, I knew it. They're pretty close.
Okay.
I feel like. I mean, for me, I think the atmosphere at East Penn way better. Like I like the setup of the restaurant a lot more.
I do like their mugs at East Penn. They're very
I love
aesthetic.
all the blue stuff. It's just it's very consistent and like, but it's not like too crazy. You know, like everything's blue, but they're different shades and different textures, and I like that. I appreciate that, and they go well together.
Yeah. For me, the reason why East Penn is ranked at 5 instead of 4 is because
of a wrap you ate.
No, so
it's not that great.
No, I've only eaten a meal there once, and it was that time I had the wrap. Anytime you and I have gone there, anytime
it was because of the fucking wrap.
No. Let me explain.
What was wrong with your wrap?
Let me explain.
What was wrong with it?
Let me explain. Sean's getting.
It was probably good.
So Sean just loves East Penn because he lives right near there.
And I could literally walk there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why is because I haven't had enough meal. I've eaten 1 meal there. I think if I would have eaten more than one,
you need to get breakfast there. Their omelets are, wow. But and their pancakes, and like I'm a pancake snob. Their pancakes are good.
Anytime you and I have gone there, other than that one time, which was after Q-Mart Wrestling,
we just got cake. Right?
We would go there late at night because they're 24 hours and get cake and coffee.
That's right.
But the time after Q-Mart Wrestling, I got some sort of wrap, and I was just like,
see, but like,
yeah, I don't know, like,
but like, think about their desserts versus other places.
Yeah, no, and their
like,
desserts
even
are solid.
Versus Hellertown, who would you say has the better selection?
Probably East Penn.
Yeah, they have way more, and they're good. They're not great, but they're pretty damn good.
Well, how about
the chocolate love and spoon cake though? Like, if you ever go and they have it, you gotta get it.
Well, how about that one time we got that strawberry shortcake cake? It wasn't strawberry shortcake.
It's called Strawberry Fields or something like that.
So if you've ever had like the strawberry shortcake ice cream bar,
yes,
it's that made into a cake.
It tastes just like it. It's mind-blowing.
It's phenomenal. And also another honorable mention on the East Penn dessert list is the red velvet cheesecake. Yeah. Yeah, very good, very nice.
You know what else I like that they always have? I think it's called like the granny apple or something like that. It's like an apple pie thing, but it's a little different. Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of really good desserts, honestly. Like the lemon blueberry cheese something. I don't know. It's some kind of cake. It's really good.
Yeah. And like I do like East Penn, and I would say it made the top 5 for me for a reason at number 5 because it is a huge cut above John's Plain and Fancy, Top, and Nazareth.
Another world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then like the only reason why
it's like a kind of a standard kind of diner.
Yes.
Same with Hellertown, I'd say. Yeah. Like they're standard.
Yeah. Big menu.
Not above average.
Now,
standard.
Now here's one thing I haven't mentioned. I feel like for me I'm biased towards diners that are 24 hours because I feel like to be called a diner, you need to be 24 hours.
Okay, so...
It absolutely pisses me off.
So why didn't East Penn rank higher than Hellertown?
Okay, well, we're going to get there.
Okay.
But East Penn, I think just the memories for me would be mainly going to get cake late at night and goofing around and being silly and
it's a good diner.
Yeah. It's usually like if I'm over at Sean's and, it's late at night and we got nothing going on and it's like, well, let's go get cake. Obviously, we can't do that right now because of COVID, but it's still, yeah. But the reason,
Bullshit.
So for me, Hellertown ranked at number 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Hellertown is by far my favorite diner when it comes to wraps.
They do have good wraps.
Their wraps are huge.
Yeah.
And they're full.
Quite substantial.
Their fries, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Their burgers, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
At least on my scale. Sean's not much of a burger ordering type
diner
of person.
burgers I'm not like crazy about. I've had bad experiences.
But
at really good diners.
Really?
We'll get there.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. I think I know.
It's on there.
We'll get there.
It's going to be on there.
But yeah, Hellertown is just really solid across the board for me. Wraps, amazing. Burgers, amazing. Breakfast, really good. It's all around. Their coffee, good. It's pretty normal standard coffee. I've never...
Hellertown's good.
Yeah,
they're really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like the only thing that I think is a bummer is that they're not 24 hours.
That's probably why I ranked them under East Penn, honestly.
But I would agree with you that they're pretty equal with East Penn. I just think
their dessert selection is kind of limited.
But
it's pretty good.
They're very standard when it comes to cakes. Like when you think of a diner cake, it's like they just get probably from that.
It's safe.
There's probably like a certain place they get from, and it's like you can find these cakes at any diner, and you're like, they're okay.
They're like the regular boring cakes.
Yeah, but yeah, I would just rank Hellertown above. Again, I haven't had enough meals at East Penn in time. That may change, and these may flip flop. But
we're gonna have to go more.
Yeah,
and whenever this whole bullshit ends.
But I just think for Hellertown, Hellertown's number 4 for me because
you live right by it,
and I live right by Hellertown Diner as well. Yes, but
it's really funny.
But yeah, so East Penn is my number 5. Hellertown is my number 4.
We still got to go to Superior. Just once.
You've never taken me there.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of awkward.
You said it was inferior.
Yeah, inferior. Yeah.
Inferior restaurant because there's no wraps on the menu.
It wasn't bad when I took Killian there, but it was just weird.
They're automatically disqualified for me because they have no wraps.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, so your number 5 was Hellertown and your number 4 is East Penn. Mine are flip-flop.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
We're in the top 3 now.
I feel like this one's going to be the same.
I think so too.
Trivet.
Yep.
Trivet
is number 3. It's funny how much we are on the same page right here because I thought we were going to have a lot more disagreement going on.
See, I felt like now number one spot is going to be interesting, but
yeah,
I mean I figured logically like how could you rank these any different?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's a few that are like tied. They're very even. And it's really hard. Like it just depends on the day that you go. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to rank them facing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Trivet number 3 for both of us.
Great exterior.
Great. Oh, so aesthetically pleasing.
Beautiful.
Great.
Probably
neons.
The nicest one.
Yeah, I would agree.
East Penn looks good from outside too, though.
Yeah, East Penn has again the blue theme.
The neons,
the dark blue neons.
Yeah, but I mean Trivet beats that. Like
they got like the red, white, and blue neons going on. It's just very clean, very slick looking. It's actually on the artwork for this episode. For those of you that are seeing the neon diner sign, that is Trivet's diner sign.
Good.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Beautiful, and even the
we have to go to the other location once.
I went.
Yeah, but like us together.
I know.
God.
But
I've never been there.
It's not as good as the Allentown one.
Well, let's see. Let me be the judge. All right.
But Trivet. Oh man, we went there after wrestling a few times, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like towards the end, that was the go-to. Like once we stopped going to John's Plain and Fancy Trivet, because we
Like,
went to Trivet once and we were
across
like,
the world just for Trivet.
yeah, we would drive from Quakertown all the way to Allentown just to go to Trivet.
Yeah.
But it's because it's that damn good.
And I think it's because number 1 and number 2 aren't 24 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's funny. One of my top 2, I don't even think we went to for Q-Mart Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But we'll get to that then. Yeah, Trivet, we would literally drive across God's creation just to get to, because it was just that damn good. It's 24 hours.
In the middle of the night, it's that damn good.
Good coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome service.
Yeah.
I remember.
Limited on desserts, but the ones that they have were pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I got
But I think the standard food, like, totally
the food is a
blows
cut
most
above
things
the rest.
out. Yeah, they're quite good.
It was one of those places where the first few times we went, we were like, oh man, I got to get this, and this. We were planning out like our next 5 trips.
Yeah.
And every time we came, it just got better and better.
Yeah.
Like the food.
We were never disappointed.
Never disappointed.
Nope.
The coffee was good.
Yeah.
As I said, the service was great. There was one time they were talking, the girls were talking about like Black Forest cake or German chocolate cake, and Sean was like, having a debate with them about like whatever. Well, I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't even remember either.
It's some stupid, like, because you know,
something about the Black Forest. It's in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like it wouldn't that be a German chocolate cake as well, just because it's the Black Forest?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no,
I know they're totally different.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we that was the go-to after we decided to ditch John's Plain and Fancy. After John's Plain and Fancy, we would go to Trivet. I just remember my favorite menu item always being the chicken parm sandwich.
Did I ever have that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
So I remember the one time
that was your go-to though, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, because like the first time I went, I think I got a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Or I
Probably.
even gone one time before that with someone who shall not be named. And I think that's when I was like, yo, Sean, we got to go to this diner after Q-Mart Wrestling.
Yeah,
like,
I
dope.
do remember that now.
Similar time period. Yeah, it was like the end of that year. I got
because we talked about going because we saw it from the highway at some point.
It. You
and
can
we were
see
like,
the
damn,
neons.
look at those neons. We got to go.
Yep.
And it's all like metal on the outside. Like,
it's like a classic
the
looking
coolest diners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got like a wrap, and then the second time I went, I got the chicken parm sandwich, which you may be thinking like chicken parm on like a hamburger roll or something like that, but oh no, this is on like a steak roll.
Yeah,
and
I do remember that.
Best chicken parm sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Like, and I confidently will say that and stand by that.
It does look good. I might have to get that next time.
Oh, dude, it's so good. And then I think you tried the gyro burger the one time, and you were like,
the gyro burger was pretty impressive.
And son, I got that the next time.
Yeah, that was really good.
Phenomenal.
I think the first time, didn't I get like a cheesesteak with like fucking hot
all the peppers in
like,
it?
All the peppers. Like, yeah, it's like a specific one there. That's like supposed to be like they're hot.
It's like the fireman cheesesteak or something
it's something
like that.
Weird, yeah.
The 9 alarm.
The firehouse or something like that. One of those
And I think that was the time you had eaten something spicy earlier in the day or the day before. And you were like, oh, this is going to be great coming out.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't that bad.
Thanks
for those wondering. Yeah.
For those who have inquired. No, it's just
stop blowing up my phone.
No, I will not send you a butt pic.
No, I will not make out with you.
Shout out Adam Sandler, please sponsor me. You got nothing going this late in your career, might as well sponsor me.
Oh dear God, he's still doing stuff.
I love you, Adam Sandler. You always been my favorite. But
you were better.
Yes, but
you're still great.
But
I still love you.
Yeah, I know. Just every time we went to Trivet, it got better and better. And even after the Q-Mart Wrestling World Tour ended, we would still go frequently.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, let's go get dinner. And
then every time we would leave, and we would drive past that motel.
Oh, yeah.
And I would scream, "Y'all fucking!"
Yeah. Because I think the first time there was like someone outside.
There was a guy walking his dog or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, ripping around in the BMW.
He's just, like,
yeah.
looking at us like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with these people?
So now it's become tradition to yell.
We're sleep deprived, damn it.
Yeah, to yell, yo, fucking out the window when we drive
Every
past
time,
this.
like as loud as you can.
And,
It's great.
And if it wasn't too late, we would usually hit up the Walmart over in that area.
Yeah.
Just,
It's an alright Walmart.
Yeah, it was 24
okay.
hours. There's
Yeah.
something to do. It was also where I broke all the Hershey's bars.
That is the one, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm that guy.
God. Yeah, that was fun.
But
I just remember, like, it's right in the front of the store.
yeah.
And I just remember being like, yo, dude, like, oh my God.
What was that?
Are you going to stop? Like, you just kept going.
Well, I think that was the time you were going to buy something, but there was, like, the line.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, 1 in
was
the morning, and the line.
stupid.
There was, like, one register open, and the line was, like,
Ridiculous.
yeah. And you were like, you know what?
Never mind.
Yep.
I did crush some Reese's.
Yeah, you poked a hole in some of them.
Yeah, that was great.
But, yeah, no, that...
You know what? I wish that one day we'd be like, you know what? I could go for a Reese's.
And we get one of those.
We get
like,
one
"Damn
that
it."
somebody did that too.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, Matt! Get over here!
Slap you in the face.
Yeah. Nah, Trivet Adventures are always the best. So number 3 is Trivet. We're down to the final 2, and I think these are going to be different.
Probably.
I guarantee these are going to be different.
Probably.
But we have, I guess, the one lots of memories at, and the other one I have ranked differently because of something else. So would you care to share with me your top 2? Or do you want to do number 2?
We'll just do number 2.
Okay. Give me your number 2 and elaborate, and then I'll give you my number 2.
All right. Number 2 for me is Williams.
Yep, I knew that's what it was going to be.
Yeah. Yours is different, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So,
It was never a Q-Mart wrestling destination
no.
because they close
No.
at like 9:15.
Yeah. So, nothing against, well, I mean, they're top 2 for a reason. I mean, I think they're pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why I ranked them lower was because
Your number 1
is just fantastic.
yeah.
And that chocolate cake, dear Lord.
Oh yeah. We'll
Chocolate
get to
peanut butter. Oh, okay, sorry.
We're gonna get there.
Sorry. Getting excited.
You're making me hard.
Oh shit. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think the only time I've ever had a bad experience at Williams was when I was really young. I went there and I got blueberry pancakes or something, and I just ate too much, and I felt like I was going to throw up. And it was just packed, because it was early morning, and I was just, I didn't know it then, but probably anxiety, I was just super uncomfortable, and so that's probably one reason. And another is because I just haven't been there that much.
Right.
Like
on.
I've been there, with Amanda a couple times, with you a couple times now,
Yeah.
I think, right?
We went around Christmas time.
Yeah.
We went bowling afterwards. Remember I got
Yeah.
that Philly pita?
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their food is great.
That's yeah.
And that lady was really cool that one time.
The waitress?
Yeah, I think she was like, your lady.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like chatting it up with her, like
okay.
y'all were homeboys,
Okay. So should I spill it? My number. So Williams was my number 1.
Okay.
And that's where we differed.
Well, say why.
Okay, so Williams is my number 1 because they have the best cheeseburgers out of any diner I've been to. I've gotten a couple different ones, but the go-to is usually the extreme double cheeseburger.
Jesus.
I know. You can't say it without smiling when you're ordering, and they're like, "Oh, what would you like to order?" And you're like, "I'll have the extreme double cheeseburger."
I was really disappointed when we went that one time because you didn't get the extreme double cheeseburger. And like he's been telling me about this for forever, like months. And I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see it, because like I'm not gonna eat that whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, maybe.
Oh, dude,
we need to go one day and
it's
both get it.
It's basically, well, you know what
We
I
need
think
to go hog wild.
Okay, so I think for me, so they have the best burgers. I love their desserts. They have this phenomenal cannoli cake, which you didn't have. So we got cannoli cake when we went, but for whatever reason, the cannoli cake they got the time you and I went,
it was different.
They used the yellow cake.
Yeah, I remember you saying about that.
Anytime I've gotten it, they've used chocolate cake or wherever bakery they get it from. But the thing that's awesome is
it was still good.
They ice it with cannoli filling. Because I knew eating it.
Amazing.
I knew eating it. I was like, this isn't buttercream. This isn't whipped. This isn't cream cheese. I was like, what is this? And then it hit me one day. I was like, oh shit, they iced this cake with cannoli filling.
Well, I mean, why do you? What else would make it a cannoli cake, Matt?
Just because, it has a cannoli on top. I don't know. you don't know how people say things are certain things, and then it's like, oh, how?
Yeah.
But yeah. So their desserts, and they have this also, chocolate peanut butter cheesecake. Delicious. Phenomenal. Absolutely wonderful. That was my go-to dessert for like 2 years until I had the cannoli cake, and I was like, bro, now I got options.
You're making me hungry now, Matt.
And their coffee is good. They got solid coffee. I've had their tea before. The tea's all right.
What?
Yeah. It was when I was sick the one time I went there.
You want to talk about, some coffee sins.
Getting tea at a diner. I know. Well, I remember it was the one time I had a really bad...
Never have I ever.
Forgive me. But no, it was just...
you need to go to the confessional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him my Hale Creamers and my...
Oh, God.
my mother Milk Duds. I don't know.
Hey, hold on. That sounded risky.
But, no, the reason why I got tea is I had a really, really bad sore throat sinus infection, and I was like, coffee's gonna make that worse.
No, it's not. Coffee makes everything better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I've committed another sin.
Even when I'm sick, I'm like, I need some coffee.
Yeah. But I got tea the one time. I've gotten their pitas. The pitas are phenomenal. They're messy, but they're delicious. Dude, they have a gyro there, and it's actually good. Not as good as Vas's. But
I love that.
Vassy's, please sponsor me. No, we the Philly pita is really good. The gyro is really good. The extreme double cheeseburger, phenomenal. I've had a wrap there and it was pretty good. The dessert's phenomenal.
Wait, the wrap was just pretty good?
So the only beef I have with Williams, they're my number one. The only beef I have with them is they only have 3 wraps on the menu. And it's like a chicken Caesar, like a ham and cheese.
That's
wrap.
lame.
And then
why would you ever want a ham and cheese wrap? I don't like that.
Something lame like that. And then there was one that it was like a tuna wrap or something like that.
Ugh, no.
So there's really only one valid option on there, in the chicken Caesar. But it was okay.
I do not like my tuna with mayonnaise.
But the thing that I love about Williams, they have different types of fries. They have normal fries. Really? Yeah, they have the normal, not shoestring, but the normal thin, normal cut French fries. They have steak fries, which is what comes with the extreme double cheeseburger.
I'm not a big fan of steak fries, honestly.
I love them.
Yeah, I'd rather smaller ones.
I think they might have sweet potato fries.
They should.
And I think they also might have waffle fries now too.
Interesting.
But yeah, so they have different types of fries, amazing desserts, amazing burger. Good coffee, great service. Always, as Sean said, there was a waitress
I've never
there.
had bad service there.
Yeah, I've had some interesting service there, and I guess one of the main reasons why I love Williams so much is because there was a weekly destination with my friend John. When we'd hang out, we'd go to Williams every week because it's right down the street from where he lives, and it's funny we all love these diners because we live right near them. Because in the Northeast, there's a diner around every corner.
He's really lucky though that he gets to live close. Right there.
Yeah, and it was convenient. Lots of good memories. Lots of good days going there, and just everything about the diner is phenomenal. And because I'm a regular there, pretty much, there's this one woman. I was there on her first day on the job.
That's right.
And she was really nervous, and oh, I'm sorry, if I messed this up. And we're like, you're good, it's your first day, it's cool. And then a couple of weeks later, I saw her there when I was there with you, and she was like, oh, you're back here again, you were just here on Wednesday and it's Saturday. I was like, yeah, coming by for dinner, and it's one of those places too, which I think when we talk about,
it's so cold out.
Yeah, when we talk about this last diner,
nice.
I think they do this too, but Williams always decorates really nice too. Like for the holidays,
Yeah.
they always do the restaurant up. Like it's a very visually attractive restaurant.
It just has this
diner.
like old school feel that's
yeah.
just like so pleasing.
Oh, and the salad bar.
It's so comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I just remembered too, I usually get the salad bar with the extreme double cheeseburger. So you may be...
I don't know how you eat that.
You may be picturing me as a 350-pound large man, but no, I just, normally I'd be really physically active before I'd go, and it'd be like, all right, well, I burned a bunch of calories, so let's fill them back up, and,
Next time we go, I have to do like a leg day or something, like warn me, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm always hungriest on leg days.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, regardless of what I ate already that day, like,
yeah.
If I do legs, I'm ready to eat everything.
Yeah. And Williams, the other thing is their prices are phenomenal.
They're great.
Like my normal go-to on like a John hangout day would be like extreme double cheeseburger with the salad bar, and then some sort of dessert with my coffee.
Like, holy shit. What does John say when you eat all this shit?
He's
got to be impressed. I mean,
he gets done with his food, and half the time he doesn't even finish. He's like, "Oh my god!" He'll go in and be like, "I'm so hungry."
Does he eat?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm so hungry," and then he'll go in and be like, "Oh, like, I'm so full." And I'm like, "Bro, I thought you were so hungry." I'll go in and be like, "Yeah, I'm starving," and then I'm like, "Extreme double cheeseburger, steak fries, pickle." They serve you a giant pickle spear. Salad bar, dessert, coffee, and then I leave there and I'm like, all right, I'm set. I'm gonna be up till 2 a.m. now. I'm energized. But I've also remembered too, I've gotten before, they have this chicken fingers, and I know people are like, oh, who the fuck orders chicken fingers at a restaurant? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Williams. They give you chicken fingers, they give you fries, and it comes with salad bar and soup, and it's only $10.
That's legit.
For all that shit.
I mean, like, chicken fingers, regardless, fucking awesome.
But they're really good there, too.
Yeah.
Really good.
I haven't even seen them, so I wouldn't know.
I've gotten them a couple times, really good. And it's one of those things where you get them and you're like, oh, maybe I'll have dessert after this. And then after you eat everything, you're like, I got no room for anything else. Like I'm for $10, I'm stuffed. Like, damn. Yeah, exactly. You're full. But yeah, I just love Williams. Amazing food all around. Great prices, great service, great memories.
Atmosphere.
It's always atmosphere.
Everything.
It's always a great time.
Beautiful.
And it would just, the only thing that I think would make it even better is if it was 24 hours.
Yeah. Why is it not? Williams, please let us know.
Please sponsor me, Williams. I would gladly do an ad for you guys every week or every episode.
You should just start doing it for free and then send it to them and be like, start
them.
paying me, bitch.
But all right, now that we've gone on about Williams, my number 2 is Sean's number 1.
Coop D,
Coopersburg Diner.
So good. The first time I ate there, I got house special too. In
the corner booth.
It was not in a corner booth, but I got house special too. And
was that with me?
No, I think that was with Amanda. I'm pretty sure that was the first time because you were like talking it up, and then we just never went. And I was like, "What the fuck, Matt?" And then, so then I went and I had to get house special too.
Yeah,
because I just had to. I heard it in a song somewhere. Yeah, I don't even know.
Above the Mendoza, House Special 2.
Is that their name?
Yeah, they have a song called House Special 2.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
It's like their big song. Yeah.
It's such a great song.
I'm not play it right here.
Yeah, do it, please.
Another stop in the valley to the town that I grew up in. At our hot spot off of 309, the cookie breakfast smell is flowing. I'll take house special too in the corner booth we used to frequent once days, and it seems to be slowing. My mind is always racing when I try to fall asleep. All my friends are moving forward, but I'm still trying to find me. Cause whenever I come back here, my high school memories eat me alive. Like the candy in my cabinet, or this 13-hour drive keeps straight. There's a roadmap on my phone. Don't you worry, I'll be back again. I'll call you when I'm home. All the wrong disguised as right. Late nights and bloodshot eyes. I'm losing sleep. Are you telling me that this is how it's going to be? Cause whenever I come back here, my high school memories eat me alive. Cause whenever I come back here, my high school memories eat me alive. Like the candy in my cabinet, or this 13-hour drive keeps straight. There's a roadmap on my phone. Don't you worry, I'll be back again. I'll call you when I'm home. Call you when I'm home.
But yeah,
Love that song.
Yeah. So, anyways, so you had house
So
special.
anyway,
too.
yeah, and
Did you get blueberry pancakes with it?
yes,
Oh.
I was getting there. That was my next my next thing. So I got the blueberry pancakes with it and scrapple as the meat because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Delicious. I love scrapple, and they made it absolutely perfectly, super crispy. And but the blueberry pancakes, the blueberries, like they just picked them out of the fucking field. You know what I mean? Like amazing. They were so fresh and like wow.
Yeah.
And like I feel like we ordered, and 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
it was out, and I was like, holy shit, like how did you make all this food so fast?
That's how Coop is. Even like they get really
Unreal.
breakfast at the weekends and dinner on the weekends, mainly Saturday and Friday nights. They get super busy.
They do. You have to wait
Super
like
busy.
forever sometimes just to get a seat.
Sean and I would normally go like on a Saturday night, and then we'd hit up Q-Mart. That was usually like we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
before Q-Mart wrestling sometimes.
Because they
But
close early.
yeah. But I feel they close at 10, which like they get super busy. There'd be times where we'd be standing in the lobby
Oh my god.
waiting.
Especially Christmas time, man.
Oh yeah, because
That
everyone's
big
home.
old tree
Oh yeah.
crowding my fucking space. Damn it.
Yeah, man, the Coop's so good.
I love Coop, man.
If you haven't eaten House Special 2, then you're not a real Coop fan. That's
Hey.
a hot take right
Hey,
now.
man.
I've
Hey.
eaten it
Sounds like a challenge.
and I finished it.
Yeah, me too. My first time. That's a lot of food, dude.
So what is that?
I crushed it.
Is that 2
And
pancakes?
I still kind of wanted more.
Is
Yeah,
it-
but their pancakes are fucking huge.
Hold on, do I have to pull it up on my phone and read it to everyone?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, so House Special 2 from Coopersburg Diner. It is 3 pancakes or 3 French toast, 2 eggs, home fries, and choice of sausage links, ham, bacon, scrapple, or Canadian bacon. It is $9.25 for all of that.
Yeah.
Less than $10 for basically enough food to feed like 2 people.
Oh yeah, easily feed 2 people.
But
Not 2 me's or 2 you's,
Yeah.
but
like, yeah, House Special 2, I think to be a real Coopersburg Diner.
I didn't realize it was 3 pancakes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I ate
And
it.
they're a pretty substantial size.
You know when I ate House
They're
Special...
not small.
Okay, so I got House Special 2, I think twice in my life.
Yeah,
I think the first time was the night after I played bass for Above the Mendoza.
of course.
And I think the last time was
Dank, dank.
when I went to Coop D with Kayla my girlfriend. I went to Coop D with Kayla on like a breakfast date. Like we had maybe only been dating like a
You
month.
just wanted to impress her. You're like, hey, check out all this food I could fucking put in my gut.
I know, well, I
Watch
said
this shit.
You know, because we
Stand back, you might get some on you.
Because I think I suggested it. I was like, hey, like, do you want to go to Coopersburg Diner for breakfast? She was like, yeah, because she loves the Coop. And that's how you know she's a real winner. Worth keeping around. She loves the Coop.
Probably not a real Coop D fan because she's probably hasn't had the house special too.
You know what? I got to get her on that. But, yeah, no,
I'd be impressed.
I said if she could put it all away,
yeah,
I doubt it.
I'd be really impressed.
But I said to her, I was
challenge.
I said,
challenge, Kayla.
You're going to see how much food I can eat, like, right now. And she was like, I don't care. And then I ate the whole house special, too. And she was like, I can't believe that you just ate all of that. I was like, yeah, I know. And I'm kind of still hungry. Like,
hey, I've been there, dude.
Like, it was just one of those days, you know.
I remember the first time that I realized that I could just put away breakfast food like a fucking machine. I was at the Perkins on Southside, and the waitress was like, there's no way you're going to eat all that. And I'm like, okay, come back in like 5 minutes. And no shit, like, she came back and was like, I can't believe you ate all that. Because I wasn't that old. Like, I was probably like 13.
Yeah.
And I just put it all away. Because, I mean, I was a skinny kid.
Yeah, no, Coop D, their coffee, I think, is my favorite diner coffee.
It's really good.
Like, that's, you know, they bring you the carafe in the little cups, and we'll drink 3 of those carafes while we're sitting there.
Easy.
Their wraps, really good. I think when we started going, that's when you and I started going around
their
dinner
wraps
time.
are good.
I got the honey mustard chicken one.
Yes.
Their
highly
salad,
recommended.
I think for me it's number 2. Their salad bar is not as good as Williams.
See, I don't do salad bars, man. It just, like, it kind of creeps me out. Like, everybody walking past and breathing on it and...
Okay, all right.
Rubbing the tongs and... the spoons and... the spoons.
I don't know. For me, it's just because I love food, and I'm like, oh, a salad would go really good with this.
Yeah. Right. I always love sitting by the salad bar and seeing people's quote-unquote salads when it's just like...
a pile of pasta salad and
like
broccoli.
And the
bacon
bits with like ranch just drenched all over.
Yeah, no.
So gross.
Wrong.
Like, that's not a fucking salad, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so the honey mustard, the wraps at Coop are pretty good. Now, do you want to share your negative burger experience?
Oh, man.
Did you take a walk down Burger Street, or was Burger Street John's Plain and Fancy?
I think they both had a Burger Street.
Was that?
I think that was the main Burger Street. That was the best Burger Street. Was
John's Plain and Fancy?
Coop's.
It was Coop's.
I'm pretty sure. I think they both have Burger Streets.
And the thing with Coop is Sean and I were so regular there that, like, we pretty much got the same waiter or waitress every time.
For a while, we did get the same.
Most of the time. And, like, they knew we were just there and being silly.
So I have 2 negative times from Coop.
Okay.
Not like times, like negative time, because I was with you, so it was wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
So the first was the gyro burger, or the Greek burger, or whatever they call it there. Mm-hmm. It was just like dry, boring, super bland. I was not impressed. I was very disappointed, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Normally when you have tzatziki on something,
yeah,
it adds so
you
much
would think,
flavor.
but it just wasn't that great for me. Like, yeah, I was not thrilled.
Gotcha.
But, like, yeah, after the first bite, I was like, son of a bitch, I gotta finish this.
Yeah.
And then the second time was that horrible, do you know what I'm gonna say?
I don't know.
Lemon meringue pie. It was so gross.
That was okay. So going to the desserts, Coop's desserts are really good.
Oh yeah.
The go-to is the chocolate chip peanut butter cake. That is apparently not bought from a bakery. It's made in-house by one of the ladies that works there.
And that recipe is absolutely perfected.
The peanut butter icing, best peanut butter icing I've ever had. I've never made anything that came close to it. the cake is so dense. It's almost like you're eating a brownie.
But it's like, it's just so moist.
Yeah, it's a cake consistency, but it's as dense as a brownie.
It's phenomenal.
And then
And
you get
so many chocolate chips.
Yes.
Oh,
And depending on
so indulgent.
depending on who you know, if you're a regular, they will give you a slightly larger than normal piece.
Yeah.
I've been given giant pieces by a waitress who was hitting on me for a little while, who turned out to be married. Very interesting scenario there.
Weird.
Very weird scenario.
That's really weird.
Different weird time in my life for sure. But either way, the chocolate peanut butter cake, chocolate chip peanut butter cake.
Insanely good.
But the one time Sean made the mistake of getting a lemon meringue pie.
Well,
And I think that was the time you said, we need to branch out and try something different.
See, the reason why I did get it was because I was trying to taste test it for Killian. Because he kept talking about a lemon meringue pie for some reason. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get this kid a lemon meringue pie at some point. So I'm going to start trying them out. This thing was miserable. It was just terrible. And I ended up just like playing with it and not finishing it, which is really rare for me.
And the waitress caught him jiggling it around with his fork.
Yeah. And she's like, were you just playing with it? I was like, yep.
I think that was the time that like we actually talked to that waitress then, and we were like, yeah, like we come here regularly, and
Yeah.
because we had her a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
And that was also, I remember that night. That was the night. So at the time I was working at Peapod. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
I've never heard the stories.
Yeah. If you haven't heard the stories, you can go to the season 1 playlist and check out the Peapod Chronicles. You can also go, probably the worst episodes I've ever done. I'm going to say that right now. Hot take. Now, or you can even check out the Men at Work special. I probably touched on it briefly. But I was working at Peapod, and at the time I was doing the whole merging thing, and I was walking like 15, 16,000 steps a day. I was getting like, I was lifting heavy totes all day, be like back and forth, lifting 50-pound totes up over my head, pulling them down, doing all sorts of stuff, running around. I was burning like 3,000 calories a day, like crazy amounts of, insane. And I remember I hadn't eaten anything all day because when I was at that job, I didn't eat breakfast or anything.
Dumb.
My anxiety was really bad in the morning, and
I get it.
it was
I've
just,
been there.
and I was like I was in the mindset of like, I just want to go to work, get done, and come home and stuff my face. But like, it was like 8 o'clock at night. We had plans to go out. It was like a Friday night, and I was like, all right, time to go wild. And I got like the double coupe burger. It was like double cheeseburger, huge.
Insane, man.
I got a salad with it.
I was impressed.
I think I got soup.
It was a beautiful thing. We did get soup. Remember, because they actually had the chicken orzo.
Cream of chicken orzo.
Yeah, that's what it was. Cream of chicken orzo.
And you know what pisses me off? They only have it on Tuesdays and Fridays. I have not had it in forever.
Son of a bitch.
But
so good.
Yeah, best soup.
That's great.
But yeah, and then I got a piece of cake afterwards. Or I think
their chicken and rice soup is really good too.
That's really good too.
Yeah.
That's normally when I go on a Saturday, that's what I get if I get soup.
That's one of my favorite soups, I gotta say.
It's it's
different.
Yeah, it's good on like a fall or winter day. It's just
good to branch out from noodles.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, I love chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Soup.
So definitely. Good. I mean, I like chicken and rice, period.
Yeah. But I just...
Anytime, any style.
But I just remember this night in specific, I put away so much food. And that was...
Yeah, you were crushing it that night.
Matt was a heftier boy at the time. I was probably like 210, 210.
Were you?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Damn.
I was like, I had lost a little bit of weight. I wasn't like 215 or 220 anymore. I was like probably down around 210, 205. And I put away a lot of food that night. And that's when I started with the long johns. One of my winter styles I like to pull off is the long john underwear underneath some gym shorts with my slip-on Vans and a hoodie. I looked like dog shit at this time. I didn't really know how to... I wasn't really grooming myself very well.
No.
I looked like a...
homeless man.
As Mike... Yeah, homeless grandpa, as I've written a song about
grandpa.
it. Should I play that right here?
Let's do it.
Neck on my chest. Now I'm all dressed. Dressed like a homeless grandpa. My signature style. Come sit and have a hard candy and stay for a while.
And but yeah, I looked like a homeless grandpa, and I put away a lot of food that night, and I remember we were giggly, laughing, and I don't know if you were at Parkside yet at this point in time.
I'm not sure.
But I just remember the waitress, like we were like, this waitress probably thinks we're like stoned or something, because we're just so giggly and so silly, and I'm eating all this food, and you're playing with your lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
But that was I remember that night specifically. But yeah, the Coop, lots of great memories. One of my favorite memories was before. You know where I'm going with this.
I hope you're gonna say that.
I know exactly.
one.
You know exactly what I'm gonna say. It was before Q-Mart Wrestling. They put us at a booth kind of near the corner.
Yes.
And Sean was in the booth that was like next to the wall, like the corner of the wall. And
there was a big space there.
Big space between his booth and the wall. And I remember I'm just like sitting there, and like, I may have like looked down at my phone, and he goes, "Hey Matt, would you like to buy this painting?" And he pulls out a painting from behind the booth.
They had a whole stack of all these paintings there.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, like, so I started paging through them. I wanted
Looking
to
through
sell
your
one
catalog.
tonight. Yeah, I was looking through the catalog, and I just lifted it up for all to see. And
It was the funniest thing.
yeah, that was one of my funniest moments, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
I was proud of myself for that.
That was definitely a crying, laughing moment.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
was.
for both of us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. One of my other fond memories actually happened recently. This wasn't during the Q-Mart Wrestling era. This was within the last couple months, maybe over the winter. The one busboy looks like Gene
God.
from Bob's Burgers.
Yes. We were in the same section.
Almost the same seat, I think.
I think it was the one over.
Yeah.
Because I was really upset that we didn't get the last one.
Yeah, because you wanted to try and sell me some art.
I wanted to see if they were still there.
And but every time this kid walked by, we'd go, "Gene."
He looks just like Gene from Bob's Burgers. It's unreal.
Yeah, absolutely unreal. And so every time this kid walked by, we'd just go, "Gene," and see if he noticed. And I don't think he ever did.
Yeah.
Maybe one time he looked over and he was
It was
like,
so funny because we were like in the middle of conversations, like
Yeah.
in the middle of a sentence.
He'd be like, "Yeah, so the other day I saw this Gene." Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great.
Oh yeah. Great times, great memories at Coop. Is there anything else you can think of? Really, Coop's another one though. They decorate really nice for the
Yep.
holidays.
Yep. It just feels like home, man.
Coop's a very homey restaurant
Yeah,
for sure.
just like Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They both just feel right.
And that's why I think they're the top two.
Yeah.
For
sure.
So is there anything else you would like to add to any memories from Coop? Anything you like as to why you put it at number one?
One of my favorite sections is like right at the window, like in the front, because it just like it reminds me of like winter and being there with you for the first time or whatever, and I was just like, this is so cool.
Definitely.
Like, it just feels good.
Definitely, I would agree. And I do like sitting in the back, but I definitely totally get the same vibe like from sitting in that front area where the windows are.
It just feels
like 309s
awesome.
running
like,
by.
There's something weird about it that's just like, I don't know.
Well, because we got seated there regularly for a while.
Yeah.
And I think, you know why? I think we always wanted to get seated there because that's where Mr. Squat Butt waiter.
Yeah.
That was his section.
Yeah.
There was a waiter who
Squat butt.
Yeah, Sean being into like lifting and stuff. I remember the one day he goes, "Holy shit!" He goes, "That guy squats." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And we both agreed, like, "Yeah, that guy has a good looking butt." So we'd always be like,
Got a bubble butt.
We'd walk in and we'd be like, "Is Mr. Squat Butt
good
here?"
way.
Like, yeah,
Mr. Squat butt.
But yeah, no, I definitely.
I think he was doing those kickbacks that the females do.
Oh, really?
And that's why he was getting that big booty.
And I think that
men don't do those, sir. Stop it.
I think anytime they seated us in the back too, you and I were like, "Oh man, like
son of a bitch.
Now we can't get him." Great memories going to all these diners, no matter how shitty they may have been. What?
Going pee at Coop. Do you want to touch on that?
So there was one time. Did we both go in?
I think we always do.
Yeah, usually before we get up and pay the check, we usually go in and relieve ourselves. And I think we were both peeing, and there's two urinals and there's a stall, and we were both in there peeing, and there's a guy in the stall next to us, and one of us I think farted like really loud, right?
Super loud, yeah.
And we were and then it was one of those things where like I couldn't stop laughing because you're trying to be serious.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah, I'm
can't breathe, gasping for air.
Yeah, just and I don't know if the guy came out while we were standing there,
so.
and we were just like trying to be all serious, but we're just crying, laughing.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and it was just one of those things where you're like, oh man,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy good times there. But good times at the diners, regardless of where they ranked on the list. There was at least one memory at each one that made it notable.
Fantastic, yeah.
I'm gonna read
except for top
trash diner.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm just gonna read mine off to do a recap.
Yeah.
Number 8, Top Diner. Number 7, Nazareth Diner. Number 6, John's Plain and Fancy. Number 5, East Penn. Number 4, Hellertown. Number 3, Trivet. Number 2, Coop D, or Coopersburg Diner, whatever you want to call it. Number 1, Williams. The top 5, I would say, definitely go if you're looking for a diner and you're in like the Hellertown, Emmaus, Allentown, Coopersburg, Easton area, basically the whole Lehigh Valley. Yeah, if you're in the Lehigh Valley and you're looking for a good diner, definitely check out any of the ones in our top 5s, because I'm surprised our lists were as close as they were.
Yeah.
We definitely got a couple diners to go to, and then maybe we'll have an updated Diner Snobs episode, Diner Snobs Part 2 at some point in time.
We got to do it.
TikTok, 248, Trivet down the street from you.
Yeah. In Makungi or whatever. Makungi.
Yeah. I got to take
as
you.
my GPS calls it.
I got to take you to the Sunrise Diner in Allentown.
Yeah. Yep.
We got some diners to go to, definitely, and then maybe down the road we'll do a Diner Snobs Part 2. Maybe it'll be a special. Maybe it'll be a part of another season. I don't know. But
maybe like next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should aim for that. Yeah.
Definitely. Good plan for the future. Good spot to wrap up here. Really happy with how this season turned out. We had a wide variety of guests. Again, if you haven't heard any of the other episodes, check out the Season 2 playlist right here on SoundCloud. If you like the podcast, like the episodes, share it with your friends. Give me a follow right here. You can follow me on Instagram at Fueled by Coffee Pod. No spaces. We're posting regularly on there for each episode. We got some new series coming up. Really looking forward to what is to come on the podcast, what guests we have coming on, and I just look forward to the future of the podcast. So Sean, thank you for doing these 2 episodes with me.
No problem, dude. Thank you for having me.
It was lots of fun. And as always, we had lots of fun. For now, signing off, Fueled by Coffee Podcast, Season 2. This is Matt. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you all